Live streaming is on.
Okay, we're back. We're streaming again. I'm not sure what just happened with YouTube, but they decided to stop the live stream. So we're back here. Hopefully we'll get our audience coming back here. So Tim, that was an amazing video walk through the last 10 or 20 years for you and for everybody at BlockCerts. So pretty amazing where we are today.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, I wanted to be able to tell people that, you know, or give people a little bit of the journey of what it takes to build this, and talk a little bit more about the why or who wants it. And, you know, I mentioned who doesn't want it, but let's talk about kind of who does want this, and where is the world at, or where was the world at, maybe even back in 2019. Pew Research did a study, and they said that Americans and privacy are concerned and confused and feeling lack of control over their personal information. How many of them? Well, it turns out 81% of Americans think companies have little or no control over the data they collect. So just like the thing we have no control over, which just happened on YouTube, have no control over the streaming, Americans feel and are correct. They have no control over their digital kind of life and data and things like that. Then when we look at the potential risks of collecting data about them outweigh the benefits, 81% again think that the digital risks outweigh the benefits. Concern over data use, 79%, and this is the company's side. Look, they're more concerned about the companies they do business with than their governments in most cases. And finally, lack of understanding about how data is used, almost 60% of people, right?
Right.
So when we talk about the why of the internet, and we talk about, you know, who doesn't want this and why you need trust, truth, and transparency in your life, you kind of get this sense of, well, where is this headed? And here's where it's headed. Just look at what is going to happen, right? So I looked at what I thought would be an internet that would be based on blockchain, based on AI, that actually was controlled by people. When we look at this, look at what the global identity management market is projected to reach in just a couple of years. $19.8 billion. And the total number of just crypto users alone by 2030, about 1 billion people. So when you look at it, did the crypto craze and the Bitcoin and all that do something, or did it just lose money? Let's look at it. Just look at these charts. This is where it was in 2014, about 7 years ago, right?
Yeah, right.
And look where it's at today, right? This is showing all of Bitcoin, all of other. Note, there is no blockchain even on this chart. You're just talking about trading, okay? This is by Morningstar, which is a very long-standing analyst company. Look at the relative market share of Bitcoin, Ether, and altcoins. This whole space has always continued to grow. This is the ICO era I referred to right here. If we look at the 1 year rolling standard deviation of oil and gold and crypto, look at what the crypto boom does. It follows this market, and in 2017, it just dominated. So do we think that the market for blockchain and crypto is going to just disappear? It's here. Yeah, it goes up and down, and it's an absolute roller coaster, but all of this space offers us the opportunity to introduce actual function. And for all of that time, as I said, from 2016 right back here to today, 2022, BlockCerts has built that function to fill up this space with actual tokens that actually do something other than trade.
Right.
That's kind of the point of it, Dan.
Kind of, yeah.
So I saw that and I thought, well, really, when it comes right down to it, is there a better internet? Is there a better way to do this? And the answer is, yeah, there is. There is a much better way to do internet, and I'm going to show that right now. All right. But
okay, perfect.
I'm going to show just and touch on it because we're running over, and this is so big that every world from here, we're going to pick a segment and we're going to show it. Starting with, in our next world from here, how every website, there's about 1.9 billion of them on the planet,
right,
can be authenticated.
Yeah, spoiler alert, something new coming down the pipe.
Right? So how do you do that? And you know what? You can do it with one token. So think about that. BlockCerts has 2.1 billion tokens. If we authenticated every website on the net, we'd be out.
Right.
And it'd be distributed. Right?
Exactly.
So that's kind of the idea. But let me just do a couple of quick things here to prove this, and then go prove it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Go download the browser. Go for it and follow us and learn what it's about, because this is the new internet. This is the next internet, and it's just going to keep getting better and stronger. And guess what? Just like going through that security, you can travel anywhere safely, finally, in your digital life. So let me show a couple of things, if that's okay.
Yeah.
All right? Okay. So give me a minute here. I'm going to space. Okay. The first thing is we're going to go on, and we've already asked you to go download the Orbit Eye browser. You can do that right on BlockCerts. You just go right here, click download, and it will take you to a place where you can download. Why do we ask for your email ID and mobile phone? Because we're not letting just anybody in. We will ask you, and it is the beginning of your authentication journey.
So it's about authentication, and that's a key point. That you want to work with people who are authenticated.
Exactly. Right. Once you do that, you'll have this opportunity to come in, and you will be able to download. And I'm going to open this up. I've got some confidential information, so I'm not going to show that. You'll be able to open up and get your wallet, or not. If you don't want to, that's fine. You can use the browser by itself, but you can see my wallet here. Now, these domains down here, every one of these, I created my own cloud. These are my own cloud wallets here. So when I click on any one of these, I go in here, and I'll be able to see every transaction, every history, and if this was an NFT, if this was a business, if this was whatever it is, as those transactions occur, this is my personal life, this is my family's financial documents, my will, my whatever. You'll be able to take this and find this key and keep everything locked up on an encrypted basis. If this is a business or a DAO, you've heard a lot about DAOs, which we'll explain, you're going to be able to take this and prove all of your transactions, which changes the world of audits. It changes the world of legal. It changes everything. And you can swap it, or you can create NFTs with it, or you can bring people in to do various things with your business on a secure basis. So all of this, it doesn't really matter which private key I look at. When I go back over here and I just open a browser tab, now has a search engine, and I can see, is it secure? So when I do that, I click on this, and search certain lets me see all of the transactions in that entity and lets me secure this. If you wish, you are able to create your own friendly name domain. This is a new IP and domain system, Dan. This is where it starts. And it's the difference between this and GoDaddy is you control it, you own it, you have all of the confidence, and anybody that visits there cannot spoof this.
Yeah.
In fact, last night, in the middle of the night, we tried. I tried to break it. And I tried to break it with my ID.
Wow.
Right? And so this will take me a minute because I want to hide some stuff. I said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put up my real ID, and I'm going to put up a fake ID. This is exactly what I did last night. All right? And I was working with our team. I said, let's break it. Let's fake Tim. And so I put up my real ID. We went through the process, authenticated me on the BlockCerts blockchain, and then I went back and put up a fake ID. Okay?
Wow.
And it blew everything up. It blocked me out. So the next 2 hours, that's why I was up all night.
I know. But it was interesting seeing that chat
I got to
stream
demo
with the
this
dev
thing
team.
tomorrow. And they're like, we're sorry we broke it. I'm like, yeah, we were supposed to.
Exactly.
That's exactly right. Like it's supposed to. So what happens when you have these IDs, let me show you what happens. And again, I'm going to open this up and not show the whole world all of my private stuff, but I am going to take you into our security center. So we've got this security center here, and the security center actually allows you, I have all of them, but it allows me to, we've got a way to eliminate passwords. I know you love that one, Dan, but we've got a way to eliminate all passwords on the internet. With your private keys, you can get in, but then nobody knows who you are, but you're authenticated. I mean, it's this whole world of ongoing contradictions that's in there actually tracking you that we had to unbundle and let it not track you. Okay. You have this two-factor authentication. So when I want to log in, and I'll show you that today, I can come back only to one of my wallets, and it's going to say, is this me? Yes, it's me. And then it's going to let me in.
Right.
All right. I've got my vault where all this happens. That's kind of the heartbeat of how you're on here. And I've got my ID certain. So let me stop sharing my screen here and show you what that does. So I click that, and right inside, this is my mobile device or my desktop. I come in and I do this. I just do that. Okay, there we go. And with this, I am able to have myself found on that security, and all you need to know about me is that face matches that QR code. You don't need to see my private identity. You don't need to see my home address. You don't need my phone number. You just, if you need to know that I'm above 21 to go to a bar, you see my face, you see that, and I click and it shows I'm 21. Now think about that for public safety for a minute. Think about every place you go, especially if you're a marginalized, a vulnerable person, and you don't want somebody to have your home address or your phone number.
Correct.
In 2019, I was at Columbia University at a conference, and this is the problem with women getting bank accounts in third world countries. They don't want to go in, be on the other side of a desk from a white male who maybe doesn't have a lot of respect for the female gender in those countries, as we have heard and know, and give up all their personal information. Yet that is what's required in today's world.
Wow, sitting in front of a person.
While sitting in front of a person, right? This is self-sovereign identity.
Right.
You control your identity, but you start controlling it with that domain. That's what a token was meant to do. That's what a BCert token, that's where it starts. All these other things we talk about, we'll talk about security, we talk about building businesses, we talk about proving the work that you do, we talk about getting paid, all of that stuff, we built it all. It's all there. Is it perfect? No. It's pretty close. The important stuff is there. And when we were building, it was layer upon layer upon layer of that. And if you think for just 1 minute how, if you don't know this stuff how this stuff works, and you didn't take a decade to actually live it, dig in to the wiring of the internet, you could never do this. So frankly, would it have been easier to go trade crypto and play blockchain that way since 2013 when I was looking at it? Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot easier. Would it have created a new internet and did Web 3.0 create a new internet? It created some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
But it's been used and in most cases abused as Web 2.0 is. There's some amazing stuff out there, but it never gets VC funding because the VC model has been build it fast, go get customers, make them stuck. The sticky customer, go Google it. The sticky customer. I'm going to show
into a silo.
That's right. Into a silo. So all they can ever use is our stuff. And you can track 100% of them.
Right.
81% of the people believe that and actually intuitively know it, according to the research I just showed.
Right.
So, anybody who wants to remain stuck there, stay stuck. Now, when we built this, we built it out so that our search and all this work with the great stuff of the internet. I've said this before. Google, how the hell do you live without it? I mean, I love when they're tracking me when I want them to track me.
For sure.
But there's a lot of stuff I don't. If any of you follow me, if any of the 20 of you that follow me on Twitter, you'll know I'm a pretty private guy. I love my privacy. Maybe I just did this because I didn't want to be held up by anybody. And today, we're not. BlockCerts is not. It's not held up by any mandate from some, financial institution that says you must do this in order to achieve this. And there are lots of stories about guys that didn't want to do that in the tech industry, especially, that lost their companies as a result of it. Right. So the VCs come in and just take it over and say, well, if you're not going to do it, we will. And that was why. And what happened in that market? They centralized the decentralized internet.
Right.
So go again, think about who doesn't want this. Go read the article that I wrote about legal discovery and how they monetize the work it takes to give up real information. Right. Now, you would think in the world, it'd just be like, that email went, give it to them. No, that's not how it works. What they actually do is don't give it to you or literally pay people $350 an hour to draw black lines through it and then give it to it. And the judges are obligated to just read between the lines. Has anybody ever taken a story out of context on you, Dan?
Just a few times, yes.
Just a few times, right? And that's how it works.
Right.
I've watched this happen from a big bank for 7 years personally.
Right.
Well,
I again think about the documentary I watched about the history of the electric car. A battery has been around for like 25 years, but who didn't want that to happen?
That's right.
Oil companies, there are lots of people didn't want that to happen, so they pushed it out. It took somebody with a lot of money to actually come and do that. And
we've got an electric car company that has actually eventually changed the laws in the state of California.
Correct.
Think about that, everybody. And guess what? That car didn't work very well. In fact, they had a hell of a time getting it off the line.
Well, they did.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm not a tweeter like Elon, and I never will be. I don't do that. But you know what? He had some amazing ideas and brought amazing teams together, and that's what we've done at BlockCerts.
Correct.
We brought amazing ideas and teams together that get this and are committed to it. And they're not in it just for the money. They work their butts off and probably could make a hell of a lot more money going somewhere else, frankly. Yeah. But they did this because they also believe in this token model that we have, and everybody at BlockCerts, right. Everybody is a token holder. Everybody is a token holder. Think about that. The stake we have in success is built on what we built, including me and everybody else. All of us, whether you want to talk about financial freedom or anything like that, it has to happen. It has to be shared. And that's really what the internet should be. Not a one-sided company that holds all your data and feeds you to the point like we showed in the last world from here, where I know 84% of the time, Dan's going to buy this because that's what I feed him.
Exactly. Yep.
Right.
And I just put in the chat stream a little bit ago that it takes a village, just like I always say that about raising kids, it takes a village. Well, it's taken a village to do what we've done. And, you know, that village includes angel investors and includes all the team members, channel partners.
Absolutely.
The Canadian government, it's taken a village, but what's amazing is this village keeps growing. And as we say, cloud power to the people, what's exciting is that with one token, this village continues to grow, and there are benefits to every village.
You grow one token at a time, and you know, that's if you really want to be part of it, go get a token, just one. It's $10. I mean, I was putting up memes for Melissa. I'm like, come on, dude, it's $10.
Come on,
come on, it's a cup of coffee at Starbucks these days.
Exactly.
So in the future world from here, we're going to show how every website is secured. That's the next one. We're going to show how prices, I'm going to show how price elasticity was ripped away from all of us for something that's should be really a utility that everybody should have. Like how it's just completely ripped away. We're going to go through this amazing amount of research you've done, Dan, on data breaches. That'll be on our next world from here. And how we start attacking what's going to be a $10.5 trillion crime industry. Do we really want that? No. Okay, well, then let's start making it different, right? And do we need to wait for the fourth disaster? We had 9/11, we had 2008 Great Recession, we had a pandemic. Do we have to wait for the next disaster for the world to wake up and go, Jesus, this is awful? Right. The closest we hit was 2016 when we all found out what Facebook was doing with our data.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. The frog in the frying pan, which is an analogy, but actually, realistically, the frog would jump out. And I think most people would jump out, and it's that time.
Yeah. So it works. We have so much that we've built, like so much, because as we were building this, we were building tools actual real users could use.
Right.
Again, no, we don't trade right now. But today you can take that token, you can build your life, or you can build a business around it. And then, yes, you have an asset. It's actually usable. Trade it, prove it. Yep. Get a real business built around it. Get real work built around it. Work from anywhere. All these things. We're not just saying it, we do it every single day, and now you can too.
Correct. And just make sure you get some sleep. You don't keep working all night long.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
That might be a good idea.
So anyway, I want to say thanks to everybody. Thanks for giving us your time today. Keep joining the world from here. Tell other people about it. Go grab a token. You know, it's $10. Yeah, it's gonna cost you $10. Sorry.
And also, Tim, we've got for 24 hours, if you go to token.blockcerts.com, you'll see a discount code there. And we're actually providing 3 tokens for the price of 1. So
it's $3?
Yeah. So a huge benefit. So we're talking about, $10.
Wow. I didn't know that.
This is just for our listeners. And we wanted to, as I said, it takes a village, but thanks to all of our listeners and those that have been with us. So we want to do something special for them.
That's our marketing guy.
That's our marketing guy.
Thanks for telling me. Thanks for letting me know. I'm going to go get some. Thank you, everybody. This is the new internet. You go on, get Orbit, get the wallet. Don't be afraid of a better future, and just keep watching. This is gonna get super cool. What I can do, I want everybody else to be able to do. I can do some really, really cool stuff today. And I want everybody to be able to do that and understand this. And I'm gonna make it as clean and easy with our teams as we possibly can, because blockchain utility is live now. The new blockchain-based internet is yours, and we want to get it to you as fast as possible.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to you, Tim. I know it's a labor of love, 20 some years. To James, Jules.
Well, it wasn't always love.
Sorry, Tim. No.
It wasn't always love.
You've got some struggles along the way.
But it's a labor of importance, and I invite anybody, all of us, to come together, just like our teams that built this have come together and buy in, believe in the dream. We can make a better world. We can make a better digital world. We already are building a better physical world, and that's really in the end what it's all about. Like, let's leave this world better than when we came.
I think you've done that, Mr. Vasco. So congratulations to you. Thanks for joining us. If you like what we're saying, click to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Click on the bell so we can notify you the next time. And YouTube, I'm not sure why they stopped our stream, but we prevailed. We're here again. So thanks, everybody.
Come on, we like you, Google. Don't stop our streams anymore.
That's right. Okay, take care.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.